see you in the movies.
I love pop culture. Film, television, music, books. What we read, watch, and listen to can shape our worldview and give us ideas. Not all of them good. But can pop culture affect the way we think about economics? We believe it has, a lot. Since 1933, two competing economic theories have shaped our laws and rules. The first I'll call New Deal economics.
The test of our progress is whether we provide enough for those who have too little.
The second I'll call trickle-down economics.
Government does nothing as well as the private sector of the economy.
Between 1933 and 1981, New Deal economics was embraced by both parties. But what is it?
Anyone?
New Deal economics is the belief that a strong social safety net and high labor standards are necessary to counter the excesses of capitalism. These ideas became popular when FDR was president and the Great Depression showed the failings of the market. People trusted the government and empathized with the poor. Pop culture reflected this.
Are you eating well, friend?
Yes, thank you, Robert.
Working class heroes abounded.
Wherever there's a fight so hungry people can eat, I'll be there.
The wealthy didn't always fare so well.
I think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Potter.
Starting in 1965, people began to trust the government less and less. Prominent intellectuals, economists, corporate lawyers, and businessmen demonized social programs, taxation, and regulations. The war in Vietnam and the Watergate scandal also had a lot to do with it. So did a rise in crime rates and a stagnating economy.
Did you kill last week?
No.
Did you try to kill last week?
Yeah.
In Hollywood, the new anti-heroes were tough guys who played by their own rules.
It's not personal. It's strictly business.
Strictly business is not always the best way to make decisions.
Was there ever an occasion when you were given instructions regarding how you should handle claims?
Deny all claims for a year.
But many believe the invisible hand and the profit motive would leave everyone better off. And in 1980, Ronald Reagan was elected, declaring,
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
That began a new era where trickle-down economics was king. So what is trickle-down economics?
Greed is good.
Trickle-down economics is the claim that tax cuts for the rich and deregulation of the powerful are necessary to grow the economy and create jobs. Pop culture reinforced people's anger at government. Too many pesky regulators.
Ban on the use of public utilities for non-licensed waste handlers.
Frustrating bureaucrats.
Fill this out in triplicate, $5 filing charge.
And corrupt politicians. Before Reagan took office, sympathetic working class and poor families were the stars of TV's most popular shows. And then, slowly but surely, they were displaced. TV families became wealthy, untroubled by the deepening economic challenges facing most Americans. And rich people were idolized. In the meantime, trickle-down was making its mark. Bill Clinton ended welfare and deregulated Wall Street. Under George W. Bush, the economy collapsed. We found ourselves in an endless war, and the mortgage crisis devastated Americans and the world. Trickle-down's promises were shown to be completely empty, and we were reminded it is essential to have competent government.
And Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
So pop culture gave us some ideas. On television, millions of Americans got a look inside a White House that believed in government.
Government can be a place where people come together.
Superheroes taught us some important lessons.
With great power comes great responsibility.
We learned about the good government can do, how to succeed as a team, and how to help those who couldn't help themselves. So, where does that leave us today? The financial crisis showed Americans how the 1% has created an economy that only works for them. We're seeing powerful stories indicting the wealth gap and our backward economic policies, while showing a different path forward. What I'll call middle-out or middle-class economics is the fact that national prosperity does not trickle down from wealthy business people or corporations, but comes instead from a thriving middle class. People demanding a fairer economy fueled Occupy Wall Street and the fight for a $15 minimum wage, as well as politicians like Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and to some extent, Donald Trump.
Wall Street has caused tremendous problems for us.
But trickle-down is resilient. How will Hollywood respond?
Look out, boys. I'm in your club now.
Hopefully by exposing the lies of trickle-down economics and making art that resists rather than retreats.
May the force be with us.
Thanks to Reaganomics, prison turned to profits, 'cause free labor's the cornerstone of U.S. economics.